YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be walking you through how to launch your first profitable meta ads for your clothing brand. No BS, just stuff that actually works and that's going to work in 2025. I personally spent over 7 figures on meta ads across my own brands in different niches and consistently hitting profitable ROAS. I want to share everything that I've learned along the way, some things that I wish somebody would have told me from the start. My current clothing brand has gotten over 100 million views organically within its first year because I've mastered creating intentional viral content. When I say intentional, I mean we're not gambling on going viral. We know there's a high chance of it going viral. So before I go any further, make sure you like and subscribe to stay updated on the exact strategies I use to scale my brands. Here's the thing. Sometimes the algorithm does not algorithm how you want it to. And that's where paid ads become crucial. So most of the time we actually pair a lot of our viral organic content with paid ads, which allows us to pretty much accelerate our sales and hit some of our biggest, most profitable days. There's not any one size fit all. There's no cookie cutter way to run ads, right? Anyone who tells you that there is a certain way to do it, like one specific way to do it, they're probably trying to sell you something, to be honest, right? I've seen brands absolutely smash, go crazy with just image ads, while others found success in, fancy video campaigns. A lot of gurus tell you not to boost posts. Bro, I know a big brand, and I'm not going to say their name, but you probably know about them if you're in the clothing brand space. They were boosting paid ads for their first entire year. They were doing like $500,000 drops, $250,000 drops, 6-figure drops off of boosted IG posts, right? But, a guru is going to tell you not to ever do that because you're just wasting money. It is what it is. The truth is, what works for your brand might not work for anybody else's brand. Let's talk about something real, bro. Your ad budget. The question you must ask yourself before you run any ads is, how much can I afford to lose? If you can only afford to lose $10, ads might not be the best place to start, but why not try it out? If you have $10 to try it out, why not, right? You're probably not going to get too many conversions. You might not get a conversion at all. But what you want to think of ads when you're first starting off, think of your initial ad spend as like tuition. You're pretty much paying to learn what works and what doesn't work for your brand. That's it. So throughout this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up your campaigns, how to know what's actually working, when to scale what's working. But more importantly, I'll help you understand how to think about testing and finding your own winning strategy. Because at the end of the day, it's not about copying what worked for someone else. It's about understanding the principles and adapting them to your own unique situation. I personally learned all the Facebook ads, just, majority of it, the hard way. But a lot of times I'm just me hopping on YouTube videos and taking a strategy from one person, comparing it to another person's strategy, and just finding out what works best for myself. It's your job to take what I share and adapt it to your brand. Something that's absolutely crucial to your success when running these meta ads is data. I know it sounds boring, but trust me when I say this, this is what separates brands that scale to 6 figures and 7 figures and 8 figures to those that struggle. Here's the thing about Meta's ads. It's super powerful, right? And you're not smarter than Meta. It's like Meta has like its own like AI situation where, compare it to like a student. You have to continuously feed information to a student before it becomes smart, right? And knows what to do on its own. Because if you're trying to scale without pixels and knowing your data, it's like driving with a blindfold on. You're just burning money at that point. If you don't know how to set up your pixel, there's plenty of videos on YouTube. There's plenty, you guys ChatGPT how to set up your pixels, especially if you're using Shopify. It's very, very, very simple, integrating your meta pixel. So make sure you get your pixel set up first and foremost before you do anything, before you spend $1, a penny, get your pixel set up correctly. Because like I said, if your pixels are not firing off, you could be losing a lot of money, or you could be not making as much money as you need to be. Like I said, I'm not going over the Meta Pixel Helper, but I'll show you exactly how to install it into Chrome. Very, very simple. So after you actually get your pixel set up into your Facebook Business Manager, and you have it set up you have it integrated with your Shopify store, you can come over here into Google and just type in Meta Pixel Helper. And this first link for the Chrome store, this is for anybody who uses Chrome. just come in here, and obviously I have it installed already, but just go ahead and press install, and it will just be a plugin at the top right. Right now you can kind of see it grayed out because we are not on any website that actually tracks any Facebook pixels, right? So for example, I'll give you, I know this website tracks pixels. So once it fires off, like an event, you'll be able to see the pixel, right? So we can see that. So let me just show you what it looks like on my website and how you'll know that your Facebook pixel is working. So there's ways to verify it within the Facebook Business Manager. But here, as long as you see it pop up, right? So you can see I have a Facebook pixel, I have a TikTok pixel, I have a Pinterest pixel. And what this is doing is just pretty much capturing data. It lets Facebook know what actions your customers are taking, or the visitors are taking, and it will help Facebook ads essentially. So we can see that this page view is fired off, right? So what it's capturing is that the visitor, me being a visitor, is viewing the page. Or as the visitor starts to take more action on the website, you'll see that triggers that are fired are different. The events that are fired are much different. So let's get into it. I actually clicked into a website, into a product. And now we can see that this is labeled as content, right? So Facebook knows this user visited the content and viewed the content, right? Let's go even further. Let's add to cart. And we can now see that the add to cart button has been fired off. So when you're running your ads, Facebook is going to capture these people and collect the data. And what it'll be able to determine is pretty much what type of people add to cart, what type of people purchase, what type of people only view the content. Facebook's pretty smart. So we're on the cart page. Let's get to the checkout page. And we see that the checkout has been initiated. If I completed a purchase, Facebook will be now track this. So like if I went to the thank you page, obviously after I purchase, Facebook would capture that a purchase has happened, right? So that's pretty much how Facebook works. Very simple. It does get pretty complex, but this is what you need to know as a beginner. Go ahead and get straight into one of my favorite topics, finding your audience. Crucial, super crucial, right? You need to know how to find the right people to show your ads to, right? Simple as that. I see too many brands just throwing money, running ads, not knowing who they're targeting because they're targeting everybody. In reality, when you're targeting everybody, you're targeting no one. Keep in mind what your customer looks like. What do they do? What do they enjoy? What's their lifestyle look like? What other brands do they enjoy? What other brands and other niches do they enjoy? And you'll be able to pretty much come up with like a customer, an ideal customer, right? Stop thinking about audience just as demographic boxes to check and start thinking about the actual person who's going to stop scrolling to look at your ad and eventually purchase. So here's how I like to actually break down my audiences. It just depends. I'm going to throw an example out there. I'm going to use luxury loungewear as an example, right? I want to target luxury fashion interests, but I also want to think about people that might be into home decor. They obviously care about that type of lifestyle. Wellness enthusiasts, because more than likely, if they're investing into something luxurious, they also invest into their self-care. Even people that like luxury hotels, luxury cars, things of that nature. That's the type of people I would target if I was running a luxury loungewear brand. I don't want you to focus too much on the different interests and the behaviors because, like I said, Facebook is smart. They're going to find the right customer for you. The more data you have up front for Facebook, the easier it is for Meta to go find your ideal customer, right? One thing I'm very big on is just starting very, very broad. Right, let me go ahead and just get into it. This is live. I'm not spending that much money. We're coming off the holidays. We sold out a lot of stuff, so I don't want to continue to scale very, very hard and the operation not be able to keep up. Already from organic traffic. So we're getting a lot of sales. We've had thousands of sales organically. So Facebook is collecting those pixel information, and they're now able to determine what my customer looks like. So Facebook is working for me, right? But let me just show you the type of stuff. Let's go ahead and just duplicate an ad real quick. and I can show you what type of interest you can search and stuff like that. So if you're familiar with the ad set, I'm running the naming. Feel free to name whatever you want that you think is going to help you. Website and shop. I've had more success with just driving people directly to my website, but I know there's a lot of brands that get a lot of sales off of Meta alone, with Meta combined as well. So feel free to try that if you want. I know which pixel is going to maximize number of conversions. Obviously, I want to get as many purchases as possible. Conversion event. Run the purchase. Don't waste money because like I said, Facebook is very smart. If you choose add to cart, Facebook is going to find people who are likely to add to cart. You want people to purchase, right? Add to carts are not going to retire your mom. It's not going to get you that nice car. It's not going to get you out that business. Out your job. Purchases are, right? Pause for result goal. I'll keep that blank for now. Start with a small budget. Start with $10. Now let's get straight into the audiences, right? So there's so many different ways, bro. You have Advantage Plus audiences works really well for some brands. For me, it doesn't really work too well. Keeping it broad works for me, right? That's just me. Feel free to try Advantage Plus. Like I said, Facebook is very smart. Custom audiences are going to be based off of the data you have collected in the past. So I'll give you some examples of audiences I've created recently. People who have initiated checkouts in the last 90 days, my Instagram followers, people who have purchased on my website in the last 60 days, my customer list, all types of stuff. You can do lookalike audiences, you can do custom audiences and stuff like that. We'll get a little bit deeper into that in a second, but let me just go over how you can add your interests, right? I like to keep my ages pretty broad when starting off, keep my genders pretty broad, right? I believe most of my customers are women, but because my product is a unisex product, men can wear it. Men can also get it as a gift for their ladies or for the women in their life. And then you have interests. You can't really target by religion. You got to kind of get creative, right? So faith-based, all types of stuff. I might target somebody's career. Like I might be able to target teachers, right? What are you selling? Are you selling streetwear clothing where the average order value is about $100 or more? What do those people like to enjoy? They might like Kanye West, right? People who are in high fashion, they might like Kanye West. I might want to target Kanye West. What sports will they enjoy? NBA. Streetwear people might enjoy the NBA or they might enjoy the NFL. So you can get pretty busy on this part right here. Test different things. Never stop testing. Most importantly, I would use interest targeting. When I start off, maybe run 3 ad sets, 3 different interests, right? So one could be NBA, one could be Kanye, one can be something completely out the ordinary, because the stuff completely out the ordinary might be the one that actually takes off, right? And so let me break it down a little bit further for you. So as I said before, keeping my audiences pretty broad, not putting anything here works extremely well for me, right? Like I said, Meta is super smart and I want Meta to work for me rather than me working for Meta. You got your cold traffic. These are people who are probably never heard about your brand. I definitely like to test these type of people because I'm running ads simply to acquire more customers, right? And to build my brand, but most importantly, because we're small businesses, we need revenue and money to come into our business immediately rather than building brand awareness, right? Bigger brands like Apple, they can pay for brand awareness. We're going for sales, most importantly. Then you got your warm traffic. These are people who have shown some type of interest. They've visited your website within the past X amount of days, let's say 60 days, 180 days, 90 days. You got people who have engaged in your Instagram before, or they engaged on your Facebook page. They've either liked, they visited. You got people who possibly might have watched your videos. And you got people, like I say, who interacted with your actual posts. Those are your warm audience, right? Then you have your hot audience. Now, these are people are hot and ready. That sounded wrong, but these people are ready to go, right? These are people who have visited your website and they've actually added to cart, or they've viewed a couple products on your website. They've started a checkout. They've actually purchased before. That's your hot audience. Obviously, you got to start with cold and eventually get to hot. You might not ever ran an ad before, but you have a lot of purchases. Facebook knows that. So then you can already go straight into your hot audience. If you're just starting off with ads, more than likely you're going to have to start with cold traffic. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Cold traffic, you're obviously going to have to spend a little bit more to get the purchase. You're going to have to work a little bit harder to get those purchases, right? Warm audiences get a little bit easier. Hot, you already have them in the pocket. Just remember, the key to your audiences is just testing out different combinations. Just always testing different interests, different custom audiences, different lookalikes. I want you to start thinking of that. I'm paying for data. You're also paying for purchases, but most importantly, you're paying for data. One of the most important things you can own in 2025 is data. So keep that in mind. That was it for part 1 on getting started with your clothing brand ads. In part 2, we'll be going over a little bit more advanced strategies. Make sure you hit subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.